Today we are witnessing merger of banks. Means one or two banks merging with another major bank, so that the merged bank will become a large bank and strong bank. The advantages are administrative cost will reduce, and the number of the borrowers also need not approach number of banks. The banks also will be in a position to monitor, regulate its activities properly and on time. Now all the banks may be private or government, owned by the government, are on the same foot, are on the same regulation by the Reserve Bank of India. So with regarding NPA norms, with regarding accounting standards, with regarding profit recognition, with regarding loan disbursement, with regarding any security acceptance, with regarding recovery proceedings, all banks, whether it is owned by government or private banks, all are same. They all has to work under the same guidelines of Reserve Bank of India, so that there is no differentiation, there is no favoritism in favor of the banks owned by or invested by the government of India. So since the government is disinvesting its shares from the banking sector, the private investors are purchasing those shares, or purchasing bank issuing additional shares, and the private investors are investing in such shares. Their control, private control is increasing, and the government's shareholding is reducing to 51%. Then the management will be held by the bank, appointed by the government as well as the private shareholders. Since there is no differentiation in regulation, there is no differentiation in application of provisions, all the public banks and private sector banks, there is no change except the change ownership holding and appointment of management to some extent. So these are changes, and the private management will not try to carry on commercial activities to incur losses, because if the private management incurs losses, the organization will be in loss and the share value will come down, and its management capacity management efficiency will also under pressure, and as well as the share value also will come down. And they has to incur the losses, and they has to absorb the losses. So for that reason, private management will make always responsible, accountable, and ensuring that the borrowers borrow funds for purpose and used for the purpose it was given, it was granted, and repay the loans as per schedule, as per the guidelines, and be prompt in their repayments as well as their activities. In the same way, the banks also will be responsible, because it is under private management, and responsible management, accountable management, that can be questioned in any court of law, that can be questioned by the regulators. So the banks also will feel responsible in lending as well as administration, and reducing the losses, increasing the productivity, and all this increasing the performance, increasing the recovery. All these things will be the same. So because of prompt recovery of the loans given, the banks will not. There is no risk to the depositors, because the banks lend money only from money received as deposits from the public. So the banks has to ensure repayment of deposits to the depositors on time, as per schedule, on maturity along with interest. So for this reason, the bank's performance has undergone lot of change because of converting as a disinvestment and privatization. Now the main advantage of merging is also to reduce the administrative cost, and to reduce the duplication of work, and also reduce the compliance cost, and that is the main advantage that comes around approximately 2 to 3% of the cost of banks. To reduce that, the government has initiated or facilitated to merge the banks, small banks with the large banks, and to make it further larger. So that is the advantage. Since there is no loss to the depositors and their money is assured for repayment as per schedule and maturity along with interest, the banks can attract more and more deposits from the public. Since the money used for the right purpose, right cause, proper use, or without diversion, that will add more high benefits to borrowers and also to the bankers. So that will make the disciplined economic activity by the banker as well as the borrower will ensure high profitability to the banks and help to earn more and to add value to the existing shareholders. Maybe it is a government or maybe it is a private. So the best performer will survive and their value will increase, and highly profitable, responsible, accountable management will be rewarded with high profits, and the investor also will be more and more happy and comfortable to invest further in the same company, in the same bank, and also to the administration, the management may be eligible to get more and more rewards of profits. So banks privatization and merging is a step towards responsibility, accountability of both the banker as well as the borrower, and regulator monitoring along with the other private sector banks, so that all are common, and before RBI guidelines, before rules, bank regulations, there is no differentiation, there is no favoritism in favor of shares, in favor of banks in which shares held by the government. So this is systematic changes happening. This is systematic process is going on since from last 30 years. Many banks shares has been converted as privatized, and shares has been disinvested by the government and purchased by the private investors. Of course, there may be a short term, there may be a loss, or there may be a waiting period for investors, but in the future the banking sector will become a good investment destination for safe investors and longer period investors. And there is no loss to depositors, because the government will ensure that the depositors will be protected for the repayment along with interest on maturity. Because once depositors' confidence is gone, it will be very difficult to collect funds from the public and to have financial flow of funds from lender to borrower and commercial activity. Financial activity is the blood of economy. Means as long as the financial activity is clean and clear, the economy will survive and become strong and fast, perfect. If the financial activity is stuck up somewhere, it is not unable to run or unable to move, then the economy cycle also will disturb to some extent for some time. That will add more problems not only to the banking sector, not only to the borrower, not only to the depositor, but also to the entire economy. So it became the primary duty of the regulator as well as the government and the lenders also to see that the system does not affect it, does not disturb, and economy and banking institution, government are comfortable, safe and happy. Thank you.